Hi, you're welcome to my new little vlog. I'm just going to continue on making this pure bespoke jacket as part of a three-piece ensemble. So here we have it now. So I've had a first fitting with my clients, and now I've just pad stitched the lapels and it naturally rolls over. I think on one of my videos on my YouTube channel you'll be able to see I talk about how to pad stitch the lapel. That's all in there. It's all in. The chest piece is all in now. The pockets are all in. So now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to recut it. And I always recut the right side first because it's quite bulky. I think sometimes may cut them both together. I don't. I always cut the right side first. And then I'll put that on to the left side and I'll recut that. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to I'll get my iron on 1 second. Right, so now I've just marked. I don't know whether the camera will pick this up. I've marked actually where I'm going to cut right down to the hem, to the top of the lapel. So, and this is where what we call a collar notch, where the collar is going to be stitched to. Well, we all in a bespoke, well, we don't machine stitch, we actually hand stitch everything, but this will be all hand stitched in. So this is where the collar is going to sit exactly. It's roughly about, by the time I stitch a seam off the facing of the lapel line, it usually comes back about 1.5 inches. It can be any width, you know, it can be any design. You can have a notch that comes 2 inches from the edge. It can be whatever. But on standard, it's about 1 1/4, 1.5 inches by the time it's finished. So that's where I've marked my notch there, where my collar is actually going to be placed to where the lapel line. This is what we call a gorge line. Don't want to get too technical with everybody, but anyway. So I'm just going to just trim this off now. You'll see what I do. So let's put this out of the way. You might not be able to see everything. So now I use my big shears for these. These are like 14-inch. I got these, as I said before, I got these from a great tailor who sadly passed away last year. He made Muhammad Ali, who's a very famous boxer, one of the world's most famous boxers, when he came to England. And I think he used these shears. So these could have been used for cutting out Muhammad Ali's suit. He made him a suit when he came to England. So, right, so I'm just going to trim all this off now. So this is the next stage, what we do. Once we pad stitch it, because it's all been pad stitched there, we recut the jacket. Now I only cut one side. I cut the right side first. Every tailor's got their own system. And, you know, you might learn from 100 tailors. Each one's got their own system. So this cut, the way I'm making this jacket is from one of the world's best tailors. He worked on Savile Row for 8 years, but even he's changed his methods from Savile Row because he makes very super fine suits from super fine 200s. And this is a very fine, these are real fine fabrics, wool fabrics. And most Savile Row techniques will not work on this. So he's had to refine his methods. So I'm doing his methods now. So this whole jacket is made from his way. And he's one of the world's best tailors. His cut is absolutely incredible, beautiful. So he's coming to see me next week in my shop, so you might get a glimpse of him. He's going to be helping me finish off some of these jackets. So I'm really fortunate to have David here next week with me. So now I'm cutting where the collar notch is going to be. Here. And there we have that. And I'll leave an extra inlay here because we all leave an extra where the collar, because we stitch all the collars in by hand, so we need extra fabric where the collar's going to sit, and then that will be all trimmed off afterwards. So I'm leaving this what we call an extra inlay here anyway, up to the crease line, and that will be just cut off there. And there we have that. And there's all extra fabric here anyway, where the collar's going to be. We all leave that. And there's an inlay of the sleeve. Oh, sorry, the shoulder point there. We leave that in. For the fitting again, I'm going to have a second fitting. Just make sure everything is fine. So that's all recut now. So I'm going to use this now as a template to cut my other side out. So I'm going to get my other here. I'm going to press this lapel because remember we pad stitch this by hand. Now, a little tip of the day, people. Always try and. I've got a Bosch iron here. I mean, it's got to be fixed. My industrial iron, which I've got here, I've got an industrial iron, very heavy, quite heavy. Now I've got another iron which we used. The tailors used many years ago. I've got it as a present. I'm going to start using that. It's about, gosh, it could be 14 pounds in weight. It's really heavy iron. But these theme irons are pretty good. This Bosch one is really good, and you know, it's got its own tank, and it's pretty good. You know, it's okay. I'll just quickly show it to you here, and there it is. And there is my other iron there. I'm not sure you can see it. It's a big tank, and this is where my industrial. So this is a proper industrial iron. So I've got to get it fixed. The element has gone in the box. The actual the tank. My mind went crazy. The tank, the element's gone. So, but try and invest in a good iron if you can. These steam irons. Now I've got another iron which is, God, it's 1970s. This is what we call a dry iron, and this is really good. I use this a lot actually in my work, and this is really good. There's no steam on this, but I've got my water spray bottle here, my damp cloth, and off I go with it. So this is as good. So you can invest in this dry iron. This is I'm not sure the make of this now, but it's really good, and it's lasted since the 1970s, and it's still in perfect condition. So there we have it, everyone. 1 second. Right, so I've just placed the right side of my jacket on top of the left side. You see all the excess. I've got to cut off now. I'm going to just trim this off. Camera probably won't be able to get the whole jacket in place, so I'll just do little sections at a time for you, as you can see. So just get rid of all this excess. Now we leave it extra on as well, what we call inlays, and this is easy one because we all put our collars in by hand. We never machine stitch. Well, in the bespoke world anyway, we're not factory, so we don't machine stitch our collars on. So if you can see that, let's see if you can see that now. Let's bring this a bit. 1 second, just bring it a bit. There we go. So yeah, we don't machine stitch our collars on at all. So I'm just getting rid of all this excess of the left side, so they'll marry up exactly together. Let's bring this up a little bit here. I've only got a small shop, so I've only got a small cutting table, but it suffices. It's fine. I can cut all my suits out and my dresses as well. And there we have it. So now the front is totally cut. Now, that's that sorted now. I'm gonna shape this around now as well, because sometimes you can have any design you want. You can have a real acute curve, which I've done on my last tweed jacket for our clients. Usually they're quite subtle, and there's my hem allowance there. I could just quickly show you there. There's my chalk. Get my chalk out. So there's my hem allowance there, and I've left a good couple of inches there anyway, kind of standard. So I'm going to shape this now. So there's my button here at the top there. So I'm going to start to shape this as it goes down, and just start to a subtle shape. Sometimes we'll have probably a template they'll use, or they'll use that. A lot of times we'll use that eye. I mean, I kind of do it freehand because each jacket is different. The curve, so I don't keep it uniform. This uniformity about some of my jacket hems or whatever. I like to, you know, go with the flow. So some clients like an acute curve, which I'll do. So I'm going to give this client of mine a bit more of a curve. So anyway, I'll see you very soon on my next little vlog, everyone. So ciao for now.